Hi Virgo, welcome to your unexpected reading for June 29th through July 28th. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, as well as the recommend a reader shout out, which goes to Light and Glow. Love and support to her, and hopefully you can stop by, check her out, and show her some love and support as well. All right. Virgo, what is coming down the pipe for you, Virgo? All right. What is unexpected for Virgo? Five of Wands. So we got conflict and chaos here, and tension and strife and things being not settled and it just getting on someone's nerves. Nothing unordinary about that. Perfectly understandable. All right, so this is a time of transition, and this is that wonky period of chaos leading into the transition, or maybe directly after that. But there's, it's like it's the in between of letting go and letting things stay the way they are, and letting go after that. So it's like there's been a breakup. And then there's that transition where you actually let go. Even though there's been a breakup, you still might be emotionally attached, but then you transition into slowly letting go. See what I mean? All right. So we've got, we've got friends helping you deal with disappointment and sadness after a breakup. And we got two aces here, which could be trickery, just saying. But this, you've kind of been set free from a situation. You've kind of been liberated, if you will. And you've got, it's like you're decisive and you're going to make a fresh start and this and that. But after this conflict, there was, I feel like, honestly, Virgo, it was deciding to part as friends. I know you're probably like, oh, hell no, they can go, pound sand or whatnot. But it feels like there's this realization that, okay, it's just not, let's just move on and part as friends. And also I'm going to be relying heavily on my friends to kind of get me through this and help me transition. And yeah, it's like, okay, we're going to end this. Brighter days are ahead. I realize that this is not for me. And I realize I've also been set free on a new path to be able to start this secure new beginning. This could be Pisces, also this Hangman. Okay, so we got Queen of Cups here. 10 of Wands, the Tower, 4 of Cups. All right, so we got Cancerian here, Pisces there for Virgo. Scorpio, water signs. All right. So who are we dealing with for Virgo here? Okay, so this is you, we're probably dealing with you here. As far as you kind of settling into your new normal. We've got some new beginnings here. We've got a period of transition, and we've got kind of that uncomfortable, chaotic period right before a breakup and right after a breakup. It's like bookended with chaos. But out of that comes that new beginning. Out of confusion comes clarity sometimes, ideally, right? All right, so we've got being receptive and open and in a place where you're visiting with friends quite a bit. The Queen of Cups can be very social, particularly with close friends. A lot of secret sharing, a lot of reconnecting, a lot of gossip. What's this Queen of Cups about? So this page right here is about you. I feel like this reading is about you and not really about you being with someone. I feel like this is about a breakup and looking at the next month ahead for you by yourself. And because this is about you involving yourself with friends quite a bit, but it's not about you with a romantic partner so much. What's this Queen of Cups about? Oh, reconnecting with old friends. Reconnecting with somebody from the past. It could be a romantic capacity, but it's not enough to sustain you. Why? We got the 4 of Cups here, and we've got the Hangman. So this is perhaps somebody has reached out from your past, or you are kind of emotional still thinking about that person from your past that you broke up with, and there's just not a lot of there anymore, and you know it, and there was a lot of work, but you're still kind of attached somehow. What's this Page of Pentacles about? What's this Page of Pentacles about? Yeah, this is you in transition. You're like, I don't know what to do next. Everything feels weird. I'm not used to this. What's here? What's there? This is you settling into your new normal, and it's gonna feel weird and wonky. I had to put on some chapstick. I got the fan on. My lips get a little dry. Now I get some water. Hold on a minute. Pardon me. Because this is you still kind of hanging on a little bit. Like there's still some kind of connection between you two, still kind of talking, taking things down way, and especially if you decided to part as friends or just kind of decided to go back to just being friends. Still a difficult transition. It's not been easy and you're not sure which way to go. This is your friends surrounding you with wise counsel, and you're just like, I just don't know what to do about this. I still feel a very small connection to them, and I'm not sure to this person, and I'm not sure how to proceed forward without them per se. This isn't about neediness. It's just like it feels foreign to you, like you just don't know what's going on. Even though there's been a breakup here. Maybe this is about them reaching out about a new beginning. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe that's why you're like, I still don't know what to do, because maybe this is this strife, or maybe you're feeling conflicted after things being in conflict, and then you decided, but then we got the disappointment here. What's that disappointment about? It looks like, because of the Five of Cups and the Ace of Swords, it looks like a breakup. But because if you're working together, why would you be feeling disappointment and sadness about it? You know what I mean? Like this could be an offer of new stability and new beginning, but you're not happy about it. We got the Eight of Swords and we got the Five of Cups. So is this just like a new offer or an agreement of like, let's just part as friends, but then really, you know, I mean, because you've had the clarity and this is about cutting things off and you going off on your own. Page of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, new beginning, learning how to do things by yourself. It's that wonky adjustment period. The Page of Pentacles is a student. So we got you adjusting. This is dealing with an emotional attachment from somebody from your past. And honestly, Virgo, this is about you being pretty heavily involved with your friends this month. This is about you being very social with your friends, and it's so that you can kind of transition through this really wonky, sort of just not settled time of the fallout of this relationship. What's his 10 of Wands about for Virgo? What's his 10 of Wands about for Virgo? 10 of Wands about for Virgo. Working hard. It's, you know, is this someone coming forward, and it's like bittersweet. That's what this is. It's bittersweet. Because does somebody come forward and apologize because it was a lot of work? They understand that. Maybe this is you adjusting to your new normal and it's a lot of work, but things are as they should be. Like it's just uncomfortable. What's this Tower about? Could be Scorpio. What's this Tower about? Hold on. What's this Tower about? Virgo. What's this Tower about? What's this Tower about for Virgo? 7 of Wands. What's this Four of Cups about for Virgo? What's this Four of Cups about? What's Four of Cups about? All right. So, okay, this is why it's wonky. Because it's nebulous. Meaning it's still open-ended. This is a to be continued card. This is I don't know what's going to happen in the future card. This is open-ended breakup. We've ended, but we're still kind of talking and figuring things out. And they did apologize about how difficult things had gotten. This looks like, it looks like you're feeling like, okay, well, I'm still leaving things light. We got the Four of Cups and the Hangman here. Why? Because in the course of kind of them approaching you, or not approaching you, sorry, in the course of this agreement, and you're like, all right, you know, we broke up, I'm going to go off on my own, this and that. They're still talking. There's still some kind of attachment. Not sure what to do about it. You're heavily involved with your friends and dealing with this person from the past or this issue from the past. not sure what to make of it. There's probably an apology, still communication, but also this is you adjusting to this new normal. It looks like, though, they do offer some sort of apology or culpability for it. However, it's not enough for a reconciliation because you still feel pretty strongly about what you broke up for, and at the same time you might still feel conflicted about the ending. This is really nuanced because you're just not comfortable. You're just like, ugh. And even though this person and you still might be on good terms, there's still room for conflict. Like, it's still, they might say something that you get a bit testy about or a bit salty about. There's still all this behind you two trying to kind of go your separate ways and sort things out. There's still a connection. Even though we got 2 cards, a new beginning here, there's still a connection, and there's still something that's keeping you like you can't move forward, or like you can't, you don't know what to do. And there's a lot of involvement with your friends, and your friends talking to you and kind of trying to help you decide on how to deal with this person. This doesn't have to be somebody romantic. I said a breakup earlier, but it could be just a longtime friend, even a family member that you've had a falling out with, that it's just been really wonky transitioning through it. And there's this back and forth, and while there might have been an apology, you are still changed because of this experience. So yes, there's been an apology, but there's also you still feeling like things are as they should be, even though someone's apologized or someone's acknowledged how difficult it must have been. And then things get a little testy here. There's another blowout, unexpectedly so. There's another unexpected blowout here. And you still, it's a damnedest thing. There's nothing definitive here. There's nothing about, that's it, I'm done, I'm out, black and white. This is just this really wonky space where you come together, there's an argument, and then it's just giving time, and then you come back together, but the ending is open-ended. And you're pretty resolute about how you feel, but it's not over. Whatever you're dealing with this person, there's more to come. It's not over. You could always just, end it, but what's showing here is that we've got an open-ended ending. And that there's a transitional period, but there's still feelings left unresolved. We got the 7 of Wands, the Tower, and the 5 of Wands. And that's unresolved feelings. That's still more to say, more air to clear, feeling defensive, a whole lot of emotion behind a recent breakup or argument that still is just, things are not settled yet. You don't feel settled. This is not about reconciliation. It feels like 2 people trying to find their way after they've parted ways, and yet there's still some unsorted business, and that's still difficult because there's still tempers and hurt feelings, and ugh. This feels young. It doesn't feel like an older established couple. It doesn't feel like there's any kids involved or dependents or even property distribution to sort out. This just feels like 2 people trying to find their way after moving on from each other that might have been with each other for a long time or since they were kids, but they're not old enough to have had a full-blown family yet. And I know I'm kind of narrowing down the reading, but it just feels like, let me put it this way, it feels like kids and extended family are not a factor. It feels like this is just between you 2 and you're involving friends, but it doesn't feel like there's a worry about kids and what to do about any kind of dependence. Put it that way. All right. What else for Virgo? If there are kids involved, they're not at the forefront. I know we've got kids right here, but this is, this could be about your focus just being on the kids and then dealing with the other person that's still kind of annoying or kind of, things are kind of nagging at you about it. But the way it feels, it doesn't feel like the kids are at the forefront. So while there may be kids, they're not a concern. You're not worried about the kids per se. They're not an issue in dealing with this person. That's something you either both agree on, or it's just not something you're worried about with the person. What else for Virgo? What else for Virgo? Got the Justice card again. So it's twofold because things are as they should be, and you might even have gotten an apology and an agreement from both sides, like, okay, we think it's how it should be. We're doing right here. Let's just part ways. Let's just new beginning for both of us, but it's still wonky. It's still and I don't know why. We got 2 5s here, which is it's vigils. There's waiting going on. There's kind of this cooling off period. And then there's a coming back together and things get testy, and then there's a cooling off period, and then we're cooling off. Hi. King of Wands could be Sagittarius. I was going to ask what this Hanged Man was about, so what else is this Hanged Man about? Because we got the King of Wands. What else is this Hanged Man about? I feel like this is not... Okay, sorry, I had to do that to refocus. There we go. What's this Hanged Man about? Hierophant is Taurus. This is Libra, Cancerian, Scorpio. Okay. Pisces, Libra. And we got Sagittarius up here. So we've got the Hanged Man with King of Wands and Hierophant. So this is somebody that quite possibly... This could be taking a break from a marriage. This could be taking a break or realizing that there's nothing that you can do in this situation, and it's up to somebody else to take the initiative in restoring the security and stability of the relationship. And we've got Justice twice here. So this is really about somebody taking the initiative and taking the leadership role and making things right and restoring the balance. But it doesn't look, it looks like that's what the issue is, but it looks like you've agreed to go off on your own. It doesn't look like a reconciliation. It looks like there's discussion with this person from the past about it, but it doesn't end up in any kind of resolution. It's open-ended. This is you not going back. This is you kind of being stuck on how you feel and pretty resolute. We got the 7 of Wands here, pretty resolute, feeling like, you know what, no, I'm going to stand my ground on this one. And because of that, I don't know what to tell you. This is I don't know what to tell you. I'm not saying I don't know what to. Because of that, it's like, well, this is how we're going to leave it then, I guess, because I'm pretty firm on how I feel. And this is something that you view as up to them to take the initiative to make right. And if they don't, while you might be sad and disappointed, you're going to be moving on and starting on your own. So this is not about reconciliation. This is not about you finding someone new. This is about you dealing with the falling out, and maybe someone's attempt to kind of clear the air, but unless they offer that apology or unless they own up to stuff, you're just like, nope, we're at a loss here. Like that's where I'm going to leave it, and I'm pretty resolute. All right. So it's twofold, the Justice card, because things are as they should be. But if someone were to step up and try to make things right, then it would open up for choice. Then it would be like, this is about, well, anything could happen. This could be a second chance. But because someone is most likely not stepping up, here you are by yourself trying to figure out what to do first. I do feel like there's a lot of communication with this person, though. What else for Virgo? So we got the Coffin. Okay. We got the Coffin in the Ring. So this is a troubled relationship that is probably ending, and it was a romantic involvement, or at least it was based on at one time chemistry, affection, love, romance, that sort of thing. A contract of sorts, an agreement that you made between the two of you to be a unified couple, whether it's marriage or a long-term relationship. And this is about that being in trouble. We've got the 9 of Swords and the Ace of Wands. So there could be some anxiety or some just frustration with a new beginning, finding that new beginning or starting over, which we kind of see here. But it's kind of hard when someone comes back and apologizes, but then it's like, well, Okay, but where do we go from there? You don't have any idea? Well, I'm certainly not going to come up with the idea because I didn't bring this, this wasn't my fault. Okay, I hope you can see all that. And they're fuzzy again. Awesome. Here we go again with the cards. Gonna try and make it not fuzzy. There we go. All right, so I'm sorry, Virgo, but it leaves you a bit nowhere because it kind of, in a way, it kind of still leaves you holding the bag. Because even though this person might have you just agreed to kind of part or whatnot, there's no ownership or accountability. Like it feels like more of the same. It feels like it's just kind of, I don't want to say immaturity on their part. Maybe it's lack of interest. Maybe it's like, I'm sorry, but I'm just not interested. And okay, they're honest. I mean, that's being honest, but it does cause problems when you don't want to fix it. And so maybe that's what this is about, is realizing that it would take this person and ownership of the issues to step up, and they don't want to. However, they do want to part as friends, or they are sorry, but there's no action behind the sorry, if that makes sense. So it's disappointing, and it kind of leaves you a bit nowhere, or things at least open-ended, because there's nothing you can do about it. Not that you were waiting on pins and needles for this, but it is kind of frustrating when someone just won't step up, and it leaves a lot of the sorting out to you at the end. Things are going to be okay. You got the Ace of Pentacles there, but it doesn't make it easy. It's very simple, but it's not easy. Okay, all right. Thank you for stopping by, Virgo. I wish you luck with this. It won't be frustrating for long. It's just going to be a wonky month. July is going to be a bit wonky. Hang in there, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Take care.